Morning, everyone. You guys all hear me okay? Alright, I'm going to hit the record button. Alright, good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, the 3rd day of February 2015. Let's see. Today, the ES is starting out below weekly trading zone, so is the Russell. Soybeans, 12 was a significant area on the soybeans. Okay, so we're down close here on the beans and we'll go short. Right now the beans have a high of 10.10. Right there we're going to short 10.09 on the soybeans. Actually, we're going to short a little better than 10.09. We just shorted 9.25 on the soybeans. Okay, 9.25 on the soybeans. 4 ticks profit or close below the MA1, stop to break even. Now we're looking for it to get down to 7.25. That would be the goal for the day. I'm going to put my target right down there at 7.25. Okay, it's having a little trouble right here. 10.08. Nah, I was thinking of taking some profit on that one. Alright, one break even. Okay. And over here on the natural gas, it's starting to move up. Okay. And over here on the gold, not that one, that one. There's our trend line on the gold. And on the crude. And on the Russell. Alright. Cycle's going down too steep here on the gold to go long. We don't have a trade here. On the crude, we'd be looking for enough close above the trend line. I missed it over here on the natural gas, but we had the up close above the trend line right there, but it already went 4 ticks in profit, so stop should have gone to break even at that point. And over here on the Russell, that's what we got. Okay. Pink bars is still there, Frank. They're right there. See them? And they're over here on the ES too. See? And who asked me that question last night? There was a question that was emailed to me. Albert, I think. Did you ask? Yeah, it was Albert. You asked about the CFTC, right? Hang on. I gotta send this over to Dwayne. To Dwayne. Send. Bad link for webinar. Does not exist. Okay, hang on. Let me get my goal for the day here, and then I'll deal with the emails. Alright. Nothing there. On the Russell, we're going to need to close all the way down below this trend line right here. Alright. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Alright, the natural gas is putting in a higher swing now, so we can take a pullback on that. Gold put in a higher swing, and the cycle's okay now, so we can take a pullback on that. And up close here on gold at 12.3 would be a long trade, up there at 12.3. Okay. The Russell, there's no divergence left. The black step line crossed over the BBC, so there's no trade there. So the only trade we have right at the moment would be over here. They're more than that. They're the CFTC. CFTC. All right, we got the up close on the gold, and I'm trying to drag it over so you can see it. All right, 4 ticks profit right there. Stop to break even. 0.3 is where I'm in, so I'm going to look. I don't know what kind of follow through we're going to have today. So far in the soybeans, I had 5 or 6 ticks, and it came back and took me out of break even. So I'm just going to lock in a couple of ticks profit right here. Up there at 12.13, right here at the high of the day, there was dynamic resistance. All right, so I'm flat the gold with a couple ticks profit. And now, let's see, 49.78 down to 49.74 over here on the crude. 49.74 down close there would be a short trade. Okay, the down close at 49.74 on the crude would be a short trade. Of course, it's got a close down there. And what we'd anticipate is that the green line will get all the way down into the cycle here. Okay, that's what we would anticipate there on that crude short. Okay, let me put this straight on here. Okay, so the crude never closed down. So we didn't get the short there yet. Now if we get a down close, no, never mind. There's no trade there on the crude. Natural gas, that's our trend line. So if you get an up close here, 22 up to 26, 22 up to 26 on the natural gas. So an up close there at, well, now it's going to be lower than that. Hold on. All right, we need an up close above this trend line on the gas. And over here on the soybeans, we don't have anything right there, right at the moment. All right, 12 is a significant area. 6 is where it should get down to first. All right, the cycle's going down too steep for the gas over here. And the ES is going right into a weekly trading zone, so I'm not going to go long on the Russell right here. All right, let me go check and see if we got any news events coming out today. Mike Bergen. Here, let me respond to you right away, Mr. Bergen. Guys, I am not going to be here tomorrow morning. Dwayne and Bert will have to be in the fort tomorrow. Give me just a second. Alright, Bert, I'll give you some eyes. Okay, copy to the clipboard. close right there on the Russell while the ES is still going into weekly trading zone, right? So no trade there. We're going to need a down close below the trend line here. So a down close of the current bar, 71 is the high, 67 will be the low on the crude. Okay, here it is, 49.67. Stop is 8 ticks away. We need 4 ticks profit or a close below the MA1 to move the stop to break even on the crude oil. Okay, there's 3 ticks profit. Come on, get down there, baby. There's 4 ticks. Okay, stop at break even on the crude. Come on, get down there. It should get down below the prior swing low. 67 down to 61, that's 6. There's 10. And I'm flat with 10 ticks profit. Ding ding, that's the goal for the day. Took 11 minutes. That's more like it. And 3 trades. And I am now at 1:30. Okay. Yay. This is my best day and, well, my fastest day to get my goal for the day in a while, it seems. It looked good this morning when I started everything up. It looked like there was some pretty good movement in the pre-market. I was hoping it was going to carry through.
Well, we're due for some movement. Goodness.
Yes, indeed. More developments. I'm still in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll text you. I'll be going back tonight. Remember, I'm not going to be able to come in tomorrow. I'm going to be busy all day, sadly,
Right.
due to the new developments. Yeah, she's really lost it. All right. So I'm looking for a down close. Well, I'm looking for this bar to close and this bar to close. Now I'm looking for a down close over here. 49.50 would be a short trade on the crude. A down close at 49.50 would be a short trade on the crude. It'd be a short momentum trade. Okay, so stop goes to break even right away, a minute at 49.50. I just threw my stop at break even right away. And I'm out at break even on that one. Okay. The Russell's going down into a weekly trading zone here, so we can't short it right here. Okay, and the crude oil starting to pull back a little bit. Soybeans has a momentum short trade right here at 10.05.75. It's a momentum short trade on the beans, 10.05.75. I'm not in it. It's too late for me to get in it. Stop should have gone to break even by now. I'll just highlight it. Remember I said I was looking for the down close below that trend line a little while ago. Crude's got another one right here, 49.49. Well, the cycle's going up kind of steep. I'm not in it right here. I mean, you could probably get in it. It's probably going to continue going down, but the cycle's going up at a 45-degree angle, so I'm going to leave it alone. Okay. What I think is going to happen is not always what does happen. So you just got to go with the indicators, follow the trade setup. You know, Frank, if you go back and look in workshops from about 2 months before you came on, there was another guy who was a broker out of Chicago. He was an ex-broker out of Chicago. The 164 trade, he had nailed that in one of the workshops. Way back when. Oh yeah? You think? Hey, what's the weather supposed to be like tonight? Now. Because I'm flying home tonight. I'm going into Providence, though. Ugh. As long as I can get there. 2 inches? Oh, that's nothing, though. I'm not due to land until 10 o'clock. Yeah, I know. They don't even plow the roads for 2 inches. You kidding? All right. I suppose we could have shorted the Russell out of the weekly trading zone right in here. I wouldn't have shorted into it, but maybe shorting out of it right in there like that. All right. Okay. Are there any people who are in here for the first time today? Any people who are in here for the first time? I'm asking because I want to show you the trade setups if you are. Okay, show you the rules for the trade setups. The divergence is the wrong way over here. Your second day, Ryan. Did you see yesterday when I showed the rules? I'll go through them again in a few minutes here. Okay. I'll go through them again here in a few minutes. All right, 04 is a significant area over here on the soybeans now. On the Russell, the ES is right above its weekly trading zone. $32.2 is the high, 31.8 will be the low. 32.2 is the high, 31.8. Oh, gosh. Sorry, I want to do it, but the ES is going into a weekly trading zone, so I just got to follow my rules. My rules say don't short the Russell when the ES is going into a zone. S over B, Alex A. I wanted to short the Russell there. The ES is, let me show you. See, the ES is right inside a weekly trading zone. That's why I'm not doing the Russell right here.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Bert.
So it's a Bert and Dwayne show tomorrow?
Yeah,
Morning?
it's Bert and Dwayne show tomorrow morning.
Okay. I'll be ready. Okay.
Yeah, I am gonna, sadly, not be able to do it. I would much rather be here than what I have to do, but 49.66 on the crude and up close at 49.66 would be a long trade on the crude. Okay. All right, we didn't get the up close on the crude, so it's not hitting the BBC here just yet. And I told you I wanted to short the Russell there. Oh, the Russell's gone right through a zone here, but it's still now it's shortable. Now it's probably going to pull back and stop me out because it's due for a pullback here. But you got 36 ticks on that? Good, Jim. Because the partner trades don't take into account weekly trading zones. All right. 28.9 is the high on that. 28.9. Yeah, 28.9. 29 is the high. 28.6 will be the low. Oops. Okay, never mind. I'm going to move the trend line over. I figured it was going to pull back some here after that big move down. Alright, if we get an up close on this bar on the crude, 56 up to 60, right there at 60, be a long trade on the crude. Okay, that up close right there at 60. Okay, I just jumped in at 61 on the crude. Okay, stop is 8 ticks away. Looking for the green line to turn up and get up into the cycle. Hey, for that green line to turn up and get up into the cycle. When we do, it should get up above 68. Okay, that's what should be happening here. All right, we're testing the BBC right there. Now, 4 ticks profit or a close above the MA1 on the crude. Testing the BBC on the gold is what I meant. Right there, 12.6 up to 13. All right, stop at break even on the crude. Stop at +3 on the crude. Stop at +6 on the crude. All right, and we're flat with 6 on the crude. Okay. And the crude's still going. No trade here on the Russell. Okay, no trade at all there on the Russell. Why am I drawing a trend line there? Okay, and I missed this on the natural gas over here. All right, the gas is pulled back up to test the BBC. And that's our trend line. And crude is pulling back down. You see, guys, what we're looking for here is for price to move up, then come back down, find support, move up, come back down, find support, then move up. That's what we're looking for. Okay, for all you guys who are in here for the first time. Currently, we're +2 on gold and +16 on crude. Okay. The ES has got a short trade here from 3 1/4. Let me show you that. Hang on a sec. I'm trying to drag it and bring it over. Okay, right here. I'll draw you the trend line. Right there, at 3 1/4. Okay, I don't have an ES DOM open, so I can't trade it. But that is right where it would be. Crude's kind of got a long trade right here. It's right on the trend line. The up close, 49.65, right there on the trend line. I'll give it a shot anyway. I'm trying 49.66. I'm not filled yet. If it gets up to 69 without filling me, then I'm going to take my order off. And there it is, 69 without filling me. All right. On the soybeans, they went down to the significant area to the tick. Cycle's going up a little steep over there for me to want to go short on it. All right. You just have to wait, I guess. It's 9:57. Let me check and see if we got any news. Any news today? Today, March 3rd, 10 a.m. Wow, that's like this thing defaults to the next day. So economic optimism is what's coming up at 10 o'clock. It's a low impact. And that's why yesterday, when everybody was telling me there was high impact coming, I didn't see it. I was looking at the wrong day. You guys were all right. Here it is. All right. Let's see. I am in North Carolina. That right there was a long trade. I'm not in it right now on the gold, but that was a long trade there on the gold. It looks like it's pulling back down to test the BBC. It was a momentum long trade. Okay. It looks like it's trying to pull back to test the BBC here. Let's see, the ES is right below weekly trading zone, so I can't go long on the Russell. Soybeans are finally working their way down. 1004 is a significant area there on the beans. And that's it. Alright. On the crude, we need an up close. It's got a low of 75. It'll have a high of 79. So an up close there at 79 on the crude would be a long trade. It looks like it's just trying to get up here. It would be a momentum long trade too. So if you did, right there at 79, if you did get the up close, as soon as you get profit into it, you got to move your stop to break even. Okay, we just got the up close. Now, as soon as you get profit in the trade, you got to move your stop to break even because it's a momentum long trade. All right. It's a momentum long trade because the entry is on the other side of the MA1 right there. Okay. And there it is bouncing off the BBC now. This would be a momentum trade over here too. Momentum trade right there. Momentum trade right here. This was a regular slingshot trade, and 698. Yeah. If we get a pullback over here on the natural gas, we'll have a short trade. Okay. All these nice Russell trades I'm not able to take because the ES zone, the ES being in and around the zone. If you're doing partner trades though, there's one right there, bang, right up. Now the Russell's pulling back and the ES is trying to get out of its zone. The Russell's trying to get up to its weekly trading zone up here. The zone is up at 33. So I'd rather see a little deeper pullback here so we can jump into this. The ES is right inside its weekly trading zone. It's just breaking all the rules. All right. 32.3 up to 32.7. I'm not going to take it because, well, yeah, Frank, I know. I'm not worried about that. I don't think that was ever a concern for anyone. Yeah, Paul. These are showing something completely different. These paint bars, they tell you what the lines are doing. The green, the black, the MA1, the BBC, the 3 up here and the 3 down here. That's what these tell you what's going on. They, if it's orange, that means if it's orange, that means 3 or more are going up. If it's I'm sorry, 4 or more are going up. If it's black, 4 or more are going down. If it's white, then there's 3 going up and 3 going down. Okay. I knew the Russell was going to move up. I just couldn't do anything about it, sadly. And then the soybeans are getting down there. The natural gas, guys, 701 down to 697. A down close there at 697 would be a short trade on the natural gas. All right. So we're still looking for the down close over here on the natural gas. All right. Short on gold. There's a momentum short on gold if you want it right here. I'm not in it, but if I were to draw a trend line like this, then that would be a close below the trend line right there. So you would have a momentum short right there. Okay. Now, when you asked about the 5-minute on the gold a little while ago, that's what made me think of it. Thanks, Jeanette. All right. On the natural gas, we've hit the BBC. We need a down close below the trend line now because the cycle is blue. Okay, we're testing the BBC here on the crude. We just need a down close on this bar on the crude. Okay, because the cycle is still red. Down close on this bar would do it too at 74. Alright. Down close at 74 on the crude would be a short trade here. Alright, get ready for it. Time is at 10:10. It closed up, not down. Alright, and now the black step line is gonna come down. I'm gonna cross up, and we have blue on the cycle. So we got no trade there. Okay. No trade there. Over here on the gold now. I'm on over here on the gold. 12.3 is the high, so 11.9 would be the low. So down close there at 11.9. Now 12.4 is the high. 12.6 is the high. 12.7 down to 12.3. Yeah, that would still work. That would still work. What is my plate number? This is tough over here because the black step line is going to cross down now, I think. On a down close of this bar, it's 71 on the crude. If the black step line moves back down, and it should, then you would have a short trade there. Over here on the gold, 12.8 is the high, 12.4 would be the low. So down close at 12.4 would be a short trade. And the soybeans finally worked their way down to that level down there. No trade here on the natural gas. Okay. And the ES and the Russell are just stuck right now. Uh-oh. 76. The crude. You're looking at a down close at 72 now on the crude, possibly. Okay, never mind. No trade on the crude. No trade on the crude. We're looking for the down close over here on the gold. Alright, it's got the down close right there at 12.5 was right on the trend line. Huh. Let me draw that. Extend that out a little farther so you can see it a little better. Alright. Now, if you get in there at 12.5, it's already gone down to 12.0, your stop should be a break even. Okay. If you got in at 12.5, your stop should be a break even. You should be out of the trade. All right. I'm sure it does, Frank. Get everything all taken care of. Ow. Crude's tanking. Well, we'll get in on the next part. Okay. The ES is right inside a weekly trading zone here, guys. The gold trade, I can finally put my stop at break even on because we closed below the MA1. 12.5 was the spot to get in. I got slipped in at 12.3, so I couldn't do anything with it until now. Okay, well, I'll leave it over here and you can watch me manage it if you want. Just gonna lock in a couple. It should get all the way down here to 11.4, right down here. Right, should get down here. It actually should go lower than that. Should get probably down here to 11.1. There it goes. That's 7 ticks. 8. And we're flat with 8. No, I was short on gold. Come on. It was right here. This spot right here, I said get in at 12.5. It slipped me in at 12.3. And I was telling you guys if you got in at 12.5 to put your stop at break even. And it drew all the way back up here. Now my stop, look. Because of the slippage, my stop was a little farther away. I didn't even notice. It's okay. As long as you didn't have any money in it, Amon. I just checked that, Frank. It's set to 8. So you would think that I should have stopped out on that if I got in at 3. But it slipped me. And so when it pulled back up, it didn't take me out right there. And my stop, because I meant to get in up here, and it slipped me in down here, so my stop was actually up here. From 5 up to 3 was where my stop was. Because it didn't slip my stop, it only slipped my entry. Alright, this up close right here on crude at 86 is a long trade. Alright, I just got in at 87. 49.87. Okay, 8 ticks risk on this. We want to see the green line get up into the cycle. When it does, it should get up above 49.94. Okay. All right. 11.1 is the high on this. 11.1 is the high. Do the math. 11.2 is the high. 10.8 will be the low. Okay. Well, here on the gold. On the gold, 10.8 will be the low. 11.1 is the high. 10.8 will be the low. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, we just stopped out on the crude. Okay, we stopped out on the crude. Pretty much to the tick. Alright. So those are our only trades. Under the stop tab. You mean in here? Frank, the stop tab. Which one is the stop tab? See, that stopped us out pretty much to the tick. 86 down to 78, exactly to the tick, and then it moved up. That is aggravating. But it happens. Has it, Joe? That's where I made my money today, so far. What trades are you doing on crude? Did you take this one? I highlighted this one over here that I didn't take. Did you take that one? I took this one. It popped me. All right, 49.94 is low on this. 49.98 right there is a high. 49.98, if I could get in there, I would. And I did. Hey, I just got in at 49.98. Okay, so I'm long the crude at 49.98. 4 ticks profit right there. Stop at break even. And lock it in 3. We want to see the green line get up into the cycle here. Okay. Okay. Took me out with 3. 49.99 is the low over here. The cycle's going down kind of steep now, guys. Cycle's going down kind of steep. Nothing that we can do over here on the natural gas right now. Nothing we can do on the crude because of the way the cycle is going down too steep. Okay. And, oh, was it tough then? I thought it... Go look. There was some nice movement right in here, but this spot right here, I mean, it looks like you should have had a lot of break-even trades, is what it looks like. The significant price, that's something that Dwayne and I worked out, Dan. The Russell, Raja, it's got lower highs and lower lows, so you could short the Russell. And the ES is below the zone, so we could finally actually take this trade on the Russell if we get a down close of the current bar. 32.8 is the high, 32.4 would be the low. Okay. Alright, so currently we're plus 10 on gold and plus 11 on crude. Alright. 1 hour in, plus 10 and plus 11. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, the Russell closed up, not down, so there was no trade there. No trade here on gold either. It looks like it's probably going to move up from right here. You see how the YBR is blue? We have bullish divergence, but we have to wait and see. Okay, is there a short on crude? Not yet. Hold on. The crude is sort of trendless here, isn't it? Nope, it's got higher highs. No, it's not, actually. It's got higher highs and lower lows. So the crude's not really trending here. Okay, I'm going to stay away from it for right now. That's weird. Alright. Doesn't matter. My mic is out. It's not a good one. I just wasn't using it. Didn't want you guys hear me eat my breakfast. Alright. So... Alright. We're going to have to wait and see what's going on here with the soybeans. They could bounce off this 1004 level right here. Okay, so far we had this one break-even trade right here. That was our first trade of the morning. It was a 137B right here from right here on that move down. Regular slingshot short trade right there, also 137. And I didn't like the way the cycle was up here, but this right here was a 137. And this over here was also a 137. Okay, we're going to have to wait and see what it does here. Those of you guys who are not partners, who are in here just on the trial, you don't know what a 137 is, but it's another trade setup that you learn when you become a partner. It's a fairly simple thing to see and do. There's an inverted 137 too. There was just one right here on crude, from right there, all the way up. There's one developing right now on gold, an inverted 137. It'd be up here at 10. Alright, well, we're gonna look at the possibility of the gold giving us a short instead of a long up to the BBC, possibly giving us a short. Alright, the ES and the Russell are both inside weekly trading zones. Okay. Alright, so over here on the gold, 9.6 is the high, 9.2 would be the low. 9.6 is the high, 9.2 would be the low. Okay. That right there, 9.2 on the gold is a short trade, my friends. Okay, and I just filled. It's a momentum short trade, so as soon as you have any profit in the trade, you got to move your stop to break even. Okay, because the entry was below the MA1. So as soon as you have any profit in that trade, you got to move your stop to break even. 8 ticks risk on the trade. What do I have on gold right now? Plus 10 on gold. Alright, not a whole lot of trading going on today, it seems like. I now have 8 trades. I still haven't shown you the trade setups, have I? You guys can hear me now, right? You can hear me okay now? Alright, stop to break even on the gold. Just going to lock in 1 tick here on the gold. Alright, so we're still short here at 9.2. We got 1 tick profit locked in. You guys can hear me, right? Somebody give me a Y. Now we have 3 ticks profit locked in on the gold. Thank you. Okay, thanks guys. Alright, I have 3 ticks profit locked in on the gold, and I'm looking for the crude oil to close up. above this trend line. 50.19 is the low, 50.23 would be the high on the crude. 50.18 is low, 50.22 would be the high on the crude. Alright, and I'm out of the gold. How many ticks did I have locked in on that? 6? Something like that? I believe that is correct. Yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it, Herm? Seems like something just ain't right. Alright. This momentum short trade here on the gold, I'm not in it, but it would be this down close right there. And it would be a momentum short trade because it's a close below the trend line. Alright, not much divergence there to go on. The Russell's inside a weekly trading zone, so is the ES, so there's nothing that we can do with that. The cycle's going down too steep on the crude to take a trade there now. Yeah, it seemed like there was some movement earlier on, Herman, but now, not so much. Same thing over here on this. It was a momentum trade, guys, so if you got into it, your stop should be at break even. I'm not in this over here on the gold. Okay, but if you got into it, your stop should be at break even. That was a nice momentum trade. There was another one right here. Right there. Did anybody take that on the gold? See, the indexes are starting to creep up while the gold's getting trashed here. Well, the ES isn't really doing anything, but you got 11 ticks, good, Steven. And you got 14, Rod? Awesome. I love seeing you guys make money. Alright, the Russell's setting up a long trade, but the ES is still inside the weekly trading zone, so we can't do anything with that. We have a cycle reset going on right now on the gold. Okay. Alright, this down close right here at 50.10 on the crude is a short trade. Okay, 50.10. I'm short 50.10. Here is my DOM. 4 takes profit or close below the MA1 and stop goes to break even. Can get down there. One more. There it is. Stop to break even. And we're flat at break even on that one. This up close right here is a momentum long trade on the gold. Gold should recover some of what it just lost. All right, 3.4 is the spot on that. It's a momentum long trade. Okay, momentum long trade. What that means is as soon as you get any profit in the trade, then you should move your stop to break even. Okay. Now it's got a regular trade off the BBC. If you get the bounce right here off the BBC, that should be okay. See, the problem with the momentum trade right here was it went right into resistance. Dynamic resistance. If we get an up close on this bar, we should get the bounce off the BBC and everything should be good with the momentum trade too. We'll see. Okay. Now, with the momentum trade, your stop should be a break even right now. Okay. If you got in over here at 3.4, your stop should be a break even. I didn't get in until 3.5, so now my stop can be a break even. All right. +1. And I'm done. Alright guys, it is 10:54. 10:54, we got about 30 minutes left in here. Ray, are you still in here? Is anybody else still in here who's on their first day? I'll go through the trade setups now. And that gold one was a good example. Yeah. Okay. Well, these are the rules for the trades that I do in here. Okay. If you want to take a screenshot of this, there should be a little camera up in the upper right-hand corner. If you just take a screenshot of it, oops. Yeah, there should be a little camera up there in the right-hand corner for you to take a screenshot of it, if you want. But these are the rules. Okay. Now, step one, well, the MA1 is the red and blue line right here on price. Okay. The MA1 is the red and blue line on price. The BBC is the green line here on price. And the black step line is the black step line. Down here in the slingshot, for you guys who are on trial, the only things you're concerned with is the cycle and the green line. The cycle and the green line. Okay? Those are the only things you're concerned with down there. Alright. Okay. So step one is the MA1 crosses above the BBC. Alright, that happened right here. The MA1 crossed above the BBC. Step two is price pulls away from the BBC, at least one tick after the cross. That happened in here. Step three, price comes back down and touches the BBC and gives you an up close, which it did right there. And step four is you look for the cycle to be above the green line down here and to be blue. Alright, it's got to have diverged from the green line. It's got to be above the green line and be blue for a long trade. Okay? Those are the rules for taking a bounce off the BBC. And you know, it's just the opposite for a short trade. Like a down close right here, right now, would be a short trade. Even a down close right here would still be a short trade. 1202.7 is the high, 1202.7 is the high, 1202.3 would be the low. So here, this is how I do it. 1202.7 is the high right now, 1202.8 is the high there on the chart. So now 1202.4 would be the low of this candle. If we close down at 1202.4, it'll enter me in here at 1202.3. This is a sell stop limit order. Okay? So if we get a down close of this bar, it would be after the cross of the BBC, after prices pulled away, after prices come back and tested it, I'm looking for the down close of this bar, while the cycle down here is red, and the cycle is below the BBC, below the green line. Okay, now you see what's happening right here? This black step line is about to cross up above the BBC. That's going to disqualify the trade. Okay. 3.1 is the high, 2.7 will be the low. If it closes down at 2.7, it should continue to go down. So if I bump my order up there, down close at 2.7 will enter me at 2.6. But if it closes up, there's going to be no trade. And there's no trade. Okay, so I just cancel my order, move it over. That's this side. Okay, now the rules for trading for trading when price doesn't hit the BBC, like right here. Okay, price didn't hit the BBC. They're on this side. Step 1 and step 2 are the same. You got to have your cross of the MA1, in this case, below the BBC. Price has to pull away from it. But now you got to draw a trend line up the bottoms. Okay, either up the bottoms or down the tops, depending what side of the BBC you're on. If you're below the BBC, then you draw up the bottoms. If you're above the BBC, you draw down the tops. Okay. So you draw your trend line, and you're looking for price to close below the BBC. Down here, you still have to have the divergence, but the cycle does not have to be the right color. It is in this case, but it doesn't have to be. It could be blue. You don't want it to be going against you at a 45-degree angle or greater, like this. Okay, you don't want it to be going up like that and shorting against that, or going long against this. Okay? That's it. Those are the rules. That's all we do in here. Over and over and over again. Okay. And you guys that responded when I said, is it your first day in the trial, that will be sent to you later today. Okay. I'm not flying out till 8 o'clock tonight, I think, or something like that. But I got a ton of stuff I got to do still. On the Russell, a down close at 31 right here would be a momentum short trade. Okay, you see the high of this bar is 31.4. If that remains the high, then the down close over here would be at 31. All right, we just missed two nice momentum trades here on the Russell. I mean on the crude. That one and that one. Okay, there's the down close on the Russell. Stop should go to break even on that. Okay. And I'm flat at break even on the Russell. Now the rules for moving my stop to break even, they're always the same. A close on the other side of the MA1 or 4 ticks profit, whichever happens first. Okay, a close on the other side of the MA1 or 4 ticks profit. All right. Steve, you were sent an email that said, please watch the video. On the bottom of that video, I'll probably go over it again today, but on the bottom of that email, there's 2 links to live trading rooms that I've recorded. I mean, I go over the same thing. It's the same thing. You know, that was back in October, I think. But it's the same thing over and over and over again. So you'll be able to watch it on that little video. This is like a 30-minute video or a 20-minute video and an hour video, I think. Right. All of you guys who were on the trial, you were sent this email. Let me just bring it up here and show it to you. It said, it did not say that. It said, this. Okay. CFR DT Pro Ninja Chart setup and trade setup details. Please watch the video. Down here at the bottom, if you watch this half-hour one or this one right here, those are actual live trading rooms that I recorded. Okay, and I go over the same trade setup in there. It's always the same. Alright, on the gold right now, we're pulling back. And 3.2 is the low, 3.6 would be the high. So an up close there at 3.6 would be a long trade on the gold. Okay. On the Russell, it's pulled all the way back up to 32.1. It needs to close below the trend line because there is blue on the cycle. Okay. This down close over here on the Russell would be a short trade. 31.7 is the high, 31.3 would be the low. Okay. So I got a sell stop on right there at 31.2. And there it is, down close. Oops, and it just entered me in at 31.2. Brian, how do I undo what I did yesterday? It makes whatever window I hover over come to the front. And I couldn't get it to do what I tried to get it to do. Oops, wait a minute, I gotta make sure I got my stop in the right place here. All right, my stop is 8 ticks away on that Russell. Oops. Sure, Stan. Actually, I can just send you that one that's open. I think it's right here. There, I just sent it to you. All right, right here on the gold, 1203 was actually the spot to get long on that. Okay, 1203 was actually the spot to get long on that. I missed it. I missed it. And it looks like I just stopped out on the Russell. I did. Okay. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay, and this was a long trade right there. No problem, Stan. The up thumb is highlighted. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I see it's highlighted, but I don't know what that means. And I don't know how to undo it. How do I undo it? Just click on the thumb? Oh, hey. Thank you. Who's got a computer science degree? 49.99. It looks like on the crude, 49.99 looks like it could be a long trade right here. Bounced off the BBC, gave it up close, bullish divergence, all that stuff. So 49.99, long on crude. Looking for 4 ticks profit or a close above the MA1. Oops. 4 ticks profit or a close above the MA1. So far we've had 3 ticks profit. There's 3, one more, there's 4. Alright. Get rid of my original stop. Lock in 3 ticks profit on this. And see where it's going to go. Love to see a nice runner here on the crude. 50 or 60 ticks. But we got 3 ticks profit locked in right here. And we're out with 3 ticks profit. We didn't put in a higher swing, so we can't take the next one. Okay. This was a momentum short trade over here. Stop should have gone to break even already on that. The indexes are just not tradable right here. Alright, on the gold, there's a short trade right here. 1202.3. Okay. And there it is. 1202.3. Stop should be 8 ticks away. Soybeans, I think that if we get red on the cycle here, it's going to need to close above the trend line. Right, on the soybeans. There's our trend line. If we get red on the cycle, it's going to need to close above the trend line. If we don't get red on the cycle, then, yeah, we got red on the cycle. We got to close above the trend line. The horizontal line in the slingshot indicator, it's just the bias line, is what I refer to it as. It's the 50-yard line. It's the middle, the midpoint. Alright, so on the gold, we're looking for 4 ticks profit or a close below the MA1. Okay, I gotta undo that, whatever it was that I did that made... ease of access. Change how my mouse works. Well, I'll tell you what that's made up of. The lines that are down here in the slingshot, if they're all going up, it'll be green. If they're all going down, it'll be red. And if they're in between, if they're mixed, it'll be white. Okay. The problem with it is it's 1 bar late. It's got like a 1 bar delay. That's why we made these paint bars over here. But these paint bars are not just the lines down here. These paint bars are the lines up here on price and the lines down here. Okay, I just stopped out on a gold. I was trying to make things so that, you know, you don't have to look at every individual line. You know, you can change that. If you go to properties, up here, the bias on, if you set that to false, then those colors won't show, but you can change the width of it right in here. I think right there, the bias line. And if you wanted to make it easier to see, you just change the width of it right here. See? It's all the way down here in the bottom. Crude is testing the BBC. That down close right there on crude at 49.86 is a short trade. I just shorted 49.87. Okay, 4 ticks profit or a close below the MA1. I'll move my stop to break even. Come on, get down there. 1 more tick. Get down there. There it goes. Alright, stop to break even on the crude. This is a buy stop limit, so it's going to trade through it to take me out. Just so you know. What do I have right now? I have 14 ticks profit on crude total right now. And it should get all the way down here to 76, 75 or 76. Should be right down here. Alright. I'm going to put a target I don't normally put targets on my trades, but I'm just going to put one on this one here at 77. I'll take 10 ticks profit if it gives it to me. Okay. That's 1 tick above the swing low. It should be trying to get down and put in a new swing low right here. As the green line gets down into the cycle, that's what you anticipate. You anticipate that it'll continue the trend by putting in a new swing low. Alright, we happen to have dynamic support here at 49.75. What that tells you is that prior price action has a level right here that's acted as support. Okay. And we're out with a tick. Doesn't mean it's not going to go down there. I think it still probably is. But all right. Nothing's trending here. Russell's going up into a zone. Natural gas is the only thing that's going to have anything, it looks like, right here. And it's going to have to close below that trend line. Alright, you have an engine installed. It's not just the slingshot, it's the whole thing, Steve. Let me show you. If you right click, if you've got everything installed and you right click and go to indicators, the slingshot is in the CFR and OS. It's in here. Okay, by default that's what's on, but there are 3 different things in there. There's the DMT, the chop bands, and the slingshot. Okay, make sure the slingshot is set to true. Okay, you have to have the CFR and indicator set installed though. You gotta have the DLL for it. Did I send it to you? Or did you install it per the instructions? Oh wow, I didn't even realize what time it was. If I didn't, I'll do it right now. Okay, with some instructions. There you go. All right, guys, it's time. It's time for the spreadsheet. I didn't have many trades at all today, compared to a normal day for me. And let me just go here and get this. All right, so today is 3 March. Today in soybeans, we don't have anything. In the Russell, we lost 8 ticks. In natural gas, we don't have anything. In crude oil, we made 15 ticks. And in gold, we made 9 ticks. Okay, today it took us 11 minutes and 3 trades to get to $130 a contract. And the total trades taken, 5, 10, 15 trades. Alright, so on the month, well on the day, you can see on the day we were up $160 a contract. Not a huge day, but we got our goal for the day. We were down 8 on the Russell, up 15 on crude, and up 9 on gold. Okay. On the month so far, we're up $630 a contract. And on the year so far, we are now up $10,780 a contract. Okay, $10,780 per contract. Let me save this. Okay. And now, let me undo that. Let me show you guys how to get into the next session. Okay. To get into the next session, go to CFRN.net. Over here on the right-hand side, scroll down where it says click here and click there. And then scroll down to where it says watch live now and click there. And fill out this little form. Once you fill out this little form, you'll be sent a link to get into the next session prior to the next session every business day for the rest of the month. The rest of the month of March. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. That's all we got. I thought that said have a good fight, Frank. Saying, how do you know? Anyway, all right, so let me post that link in here. There it is. I'll post it again. There it is. All right, if anybody wants to call me, you can get me at 1-949-423